Hey guys, what's going on? Hope everybody's having a good day out there today. Thanks for tuning back in. And I got an interesting topic today. Basically gave me the idea to do the video based upon a comment I had from one of my subscribers yesterday, talking about if bass fishing is basically going to split off in two directions. Thus the title of my video is, are we headed for a civil war in bass fishing? Obviously I don't mean a literal civil war where you have basically the government or the state is going against a non-government actor and it turns into some type of a conflict. But the premise I want to make with that is based upon the comment from the subscriber, and thanks again Mark for the idea, is that are we headed for basically a segmentation or separation in the sport based upon the direction that people see the sport want to go in? Specifically what I'm talking about here is the exploding technology that we're involved with. If you guys have followed my channel for the past 6 months, you know that I've talked about this a lot, as far as that I don't think that the exploding technology, specifically electronic technology, is good for the sport. The increase in the cost of fishing, increase in tournament entry fees, $100,000 boats, like I said, $20,000 worth of electronics on everybody's boat, and the fact that people are not fishing anymore, they're just staring down at a live scope, looking at a live scope video game fishing. So I've sort of analyzed this a little bit, because I think that my own YouTube channel, it sort of gives a good cross section of this, guys. And I don't know if it's just the subscribers that I have that watch my channel, the demographics or whatever, but anytime that I've posted something on how I feel that technology takes away a lot from what the sport of bass fishing has to offer, as far as the inherent qualities of it, and that I don't like the direction that it's going, I have a tremendous amount of support in that. I'm guessing probably 90% of the comments I got or I get agree with me. 10% of the comments, maybe 15, I don't know, but probably closer to 10% of the comments, they're adamant at the other direction. They cuss me out, they tell me I'm a dinosaur, they tell me to get out of the sport, that type of stuff, simply because I don't like the technology. But again, 85-90% of the people agree with me. So based upon what the comment I had from that subscriber, he made a very good point about, it seems like to me that there's a segment of the population that are adopting, and they're open-minded, and they're enthusiastic about technology advances. And I think that's a minority, guys, I really do. And then there's a large portion of the population that is just fed up with it. They're fed up with having to constantly, they buy a new electronic unit, and then 6 months later it's obsolete, and they got another one out there that costs more, and now you've got to have two, and you've got to have a $1,500 transducer to go with it. And they're just tired of it. It's fatiguing to them a little bit. So the question that I want to pose, it's like, are we headed in a direction in the sport where we have one segment of the anglers out there, and this is tournament anglers and recreational anglers both, that continue down the path of basically just anything goes as far as technology, whatever. If you can design it, if you can build it, it doesn't matter what it costs, it doesn't matter what it does, just because it's new and it's high tech, then that's just where we need to go. You've got one segment and pushing in that direction, and then you have another segment that says, we're just tired of it. We want fishing to be more simple. We want it to go back to the way it was. We want to concentrate on the actual aesthetics of fishing, and the healing properties of fishing, and the relaxation properties of fishing. And we want to fish. We're not concerned. There's a big difference between fishing being a sport that has a tremendous amount of mystique and mystery in it, and then when fishing becomes basically a commercial venture with a lot of the technology that you see, like an ICAST coming out, and every single year, and I'm gearing this heavily towards electronics. Every single year, you've got something new, something better, that basically chips away at that mystery and the magic of fishing. And guys, I'm telling you right now, there's a tremendous amount of pushback against technology. A lot of people out there that fish tournaments, a lot of people out there that watch my channel or watch some other channels, they're going to freak out when I say that, and they're going to say, you're a dinosaur, get out of the sport. You know, if you can't keep up with the technology, get out of the sport. I understand that those people feel that way out there. I don't think those people that feel like that, I don't think they can comprehend, or they don't fully grasp what the anti-tech people are, the point that they're making. They're not, the anti-tech people are not making the point that they're just simply not smart enough to adopt this technology. They basically just want, you know, to keep fishing the way it was. They don't, there's something about fishing the way it was 30 and 40 years ago that has changed on a very, very fundamental basis, and not for the better. And I go back to the same thing, guys, you know, just what I've seen the last 6 months, you know, observing people fishing around me. Nobody's fishing anymore. I mean, most of the time they're looking at that dang live scope or their electronics, don't take their head up, they don't look around anywhere, they're just looking at that electronics. And like I said, there's a lot of people out there that are simply against that. And it goes in again with just the price of fishing. About, you know, we've talked about this before, about fishing becoming an elitist sport, about how people like myself that got into it 35 years ago that didn't have any money were able to do it, and you cannot do that now. The way that the industry has evolved, there's a tremendous amount of income disparity that discriminates against people that don't have the resources, and it just goes, it's tied in with the whole electronics deal. So I just want to get a conversation going on this, guys. Do you think that we're going to head eventually to the point where you have circuits that are basically anything goes? If you guys want to have $100,000 worth of electronics on your boat, go after it, you know, fine. You know, if you want to, you know, have it where you're looking at a plasma screen TV and you can see every bass swimming around a rock down there, that's fine too. Or is it going to segment off and there's going to be another group of anglers, another set of tournaments that evolve where they basically say, you know, we've had enough. You know, we're going to have 150 horsepower limit on these boats. You're going to be allowed one 2D sonar unit on the console, one 2D sonar unit up front, and that's it. You know, is that where we're headed? I can see that it could get to that point. I mean, I really could. I think that, you know, there's a lot of interest in what I'm talking about as far as pulling it back, man, just reining this in. You see a big interest from the kayak anglers that are sort of along that same line. And I sort of see it coming, man. I really do. I sort of see bass fishing evolving over the next 10 years or so to where you've got the high tech and then you've got the anti-tech group out there. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, that's just sort of the way that I can picture it going, because like I said, the reason I say that is just from the comments I receive on my YouTube channel about that. But let me know, what do you guys think on that? I mean, I'd be curious to hear what everybody's opinion in that. I mean, do you think that that's the direction we're headed to? And let's get a little conversation going on that. But anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. I thought it was a great comment by Mark that he made on that. Very interesting to contemplate the idea and debate the topic. So we'll see what everybody has to say about that. But appreciate you guys checking in. We'll talk to you later.